My name is Lisa. I am 50 years old. 10 years ago, I got married. My husband, John, and I lived a happy life. We met on a bus. People say good girls don't talk to strangers, but we talked. We loved each other. We dated for a year. Then, we got married. When we married, I was young, happy, and beautiful. I always wanted to lose weight, but I wasn't fat. John always said, "Stop those diets. You don't need them." He cared for me. At that time, I didn't understand. John was a simple man. He didn't bring me flowers every day. I didn't drink coffee in bed often. Once, he brought me coffee in bed, but it spilled on my dress. I asked him not to do it again. John loved me in his own way. He went to work every day. He called me from work and said, "Lisa, wear warm clothes. It's cold today." We had 2 children. John taught them to respect me. At first, he worked as a construction worker. Then, he became a manager. Later, he started his own company. We built a house outside the city. John told me not to work. He said, "Take care of the house and the garden." I planted flowers. I grew fruits and vegetables. Our children grew up. They got married. Soon, we had a granddaughter. Her name was Emma. John loved Emma very much. One day, our eldest son told us he would bring Emma to visit us. But John said, "I can't. I'll be working this weekend." I was surprised. I asked, "Why can't you come home at night?" John said, "Maybe I'll stay at my parents' house." His words worried me. Something wasn't right. The next day, I went to John's office. He wasn't there. The security guard said, "He's not here." Then, I heard the guard's wife whisper, "Poor woman. Everyone knows except her." I felt cold. I called John and said, "We need to talk." John came home. I asked, "Do you have another woman?" John said, "Yes." My world collapsed. I cried. I felt alone. My children came to see me. They hugged me. They heard my story. I told them, "Your father left me, but he is still your father. Respect him." Days passed. I felt sad. The nights were the hardest. I couldn't sleep. I lost weight. I didn't smile. One day, my friend Mary came. She said, "Lisa, come with me." Mary took me to a children's hospital. The children there had cancer. They were very sick, but they smiled. Their mothers stayed with them and took care of them. Mary said, "Lisa, look at these women. They have real problems. Your problems are small." That day, I changed. I started helping the children. I found sponsors to pay for their treatment. Helping the children made me happy. I smiled again. 10 years passed. It was Women's Day. I was waiting for my children to visit. Then, the door opened. It was John. He looked old and tired. He said, "Lisa, can I stay here?" I said, "This is your home too." John sat down. He said, "I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I didn't know what to say. Then, Mary told me, John's new wife left him. He lied to her. His son wasn't his. Now, I don't know what to do. Can I forgive John? Can I forget the pain? Every day, I think about it. Should I let John stay, or should I ask him to leave again? John stayed in the guest room. He didn't say much. I didn't know what he was thinking. I didn't know how I felt. I made dinner. John sat at the table. He said, "The food smells good, Lisa." I didn't answer. I just put the dishes on the table. As we ate, John said, "I missed your cooking. No one cooks like you." I wanted to smile, but I didn't. I said, "John, you made your choice." After dinner, I washed the dishes. John tried to help. I said, "No. I can do it." The next day, my children came to visit. They saw John. "Dad," they said, surprised. "What are you doing here?" John looked down. He said, "I made a mistake. I hurt your mother. Now, I want to fix it." My eldest son, Peter, looked at me. He asked, "Mom, are you okay with this?" I said, "I don't know yet." Peter and my younger son, Mark, took me to another room. They said, "Mom, you don't have to let him stay. We can take care of you." I said, "I need time to think." That night, I couldn't sleep. I thought about the past. John hurt me deeply, but he was also a good father. He helped raise our children. He worked hard for our family. I asked myself, can people change? Can I trust him again? The next morning, John was in the yard. He was fixing the fence. I watched him from the window. He looked older and slower, but he worked hard. I went outside. I said, "John, you don't have to do this." John said, "I want to help. This is still my family." I said nothing. I went back inside. A few days later, our granddaughter, Emma, came to visit. She saw John. She ran to him and hugged him. She said, "Grandpa." John smiled. It was the first time I had seen him happy in years. Emma said, "Grandma, Grandpa said he missed me. Can we all go to the park together?" I didn't want to go, but Emma begged me. "Please, Grandma. It will be fun." We went to the park. Emma played on the swings. John and I sat on a bench. John said, "Thank you for letting me come back, Lisa." I said, "I haven't decided yet, John." John nodded. "I understand. Take your time. I will wait." Days turned into weeks. John stayed in the guest room. He fixed things around the house. He helped in the garden. One day, Mary came to visit. She said, "Lisa, are you okay with John here?" I said, "I don't know. I feel angry, but I also feel sorry for him." Mary said, "You don't have to forgive him right away. But maybe this is a chance for both of you to heal." That night, I thought about Mary's words. Maybe she was right. The next morning, I made breakfast. I invited John to the table. I said, "John, let's talk." John sat down. He looked nervous. I said, "I don't know if I can forgive you, but I want to try." John's eyes filled with tears. He said, "Thank you, Lisa. I will do my best to make things right." We started spending more time together. We talked about the past. John asked for forgiveness many times. I said, "John, I will forgive you, but it will take time. You have to prove that you have changed." John nodded. "I will, Lisa. I promise." Over time, things got better. We laughed again. We became friends. I still don't know what the future holds. But I know this: forgiveness is not easy. It takes time, love, and patience. Maybe, one day, our family will feel whole again. What do you think about Lisa's situation? Should she forgive John and let him stay? Or should she move on and focus on a new life? I would love to hear your thoughts. Share your ideas in the comments. Your support means a lot to me and helps shape the next stories we bring to you.